More customers, more sales, more revenue. Cashback Solutions. Whether you're on the light, basic, or the professional, you are behind the steering wheel of one of the most unique loyalty reward platforms in the world. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to go over the test account. That's going to be on the professional. There's going to be some of the better tools and features, but again, all the bells, all the whistles. So let's get started. Before we begin to go over anything even close to that, I want to discuss the special start offer. How many of you are actively taking advantage of this promotion? At this point, the light is only $59. The basic is at 50% off. The professional is at 50% off, whether you are in the U.S. or in Canada. So the light in the U.S., $59. The light in Canada is $69 CAD. The basic in Canada, $499.50. The basic in the U.S. $449.50. The professional in the U.S. is at $649.50, and the professional in Canada right now is at $749.50. All right. So, are you guys actively working? Let me know, what kind of objections are you hearing when you're out in the field? Is there anything that we can discuss? What exactly are your main objections? What are you hearing when you're out there and you're in the field and you're selling? I want to know. Let me help you, whether it's tonight, whether it's via email, moving forward. Objection handling is extremely important, and it's a great way to get around some of the bigger objections when you're out there talking. Okay, we need some quick merchant videos to send them with the info. Okay, most have an unexpected expense that pop up. It's pretty convenient, right? Listen, I want to be able to help you guys as much as I possibly can. I know some of you had the opportunity to visit one of the offline seminars where you get to discuss objection handling, but just because you haven't attended one of the offline webinars does not mean that myself or somebody from my team is willing to help you. So anything that you need, feel free to reach out so that we can come up with something, some way to get you past any humps or any objections that are standing in your way in the field. The reason why is because the merchants have a great opportunity with a promotion like this. Why? Because if they become a merchant within the offer period, all they have to do is sign up 50 customers within 60 days of receiving their actual welcome kit. If those 50 customers make one purchase on our loyalty platform, whether it's e-voucher, gift cards, online shopping, any channel, it will automatically qualify that loyalty merchant to receive 50% off of the fees for the following year, and they get 100 free customized cards. This is possible. I'm seeing merchants do it. It's impressive. It really is impressive. And it's not that hard. I mean, they're downloading the application. They are getting the card, downloading the app, and buying an e-voucher right on the spot. I mean, it's pretty easy. It sounds easy. But if the merchant is actually pushing the shopper to other merchants, other lanes, other channels of shopping, then it becomes really easy. And it puts the merchant in a situation where they can save money in the following year, but more importantly, get additional cards. So the merchant is able to benefit extremely easily with this promo, but so do the marketers. The marketers are still going to be able to receive the same amount of shopping points towards their career, whether it's the light, basic, or the pro. You're still able to get the exact same amount of shopping points towards your career, despite the fact that the product price is being reduced. So you're able to really gain your full amount of shopping points with the merchant only paying half. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. The marketer is able to still get the full amount of shopping points, while the merchant is actually only paying 50% of what they would normally pay, making your job half as hard, I'm assuming. But not only that, you're able to get one voucher voucher for the e-priority with every $1.50 spent. All right. Now, that's either whether they're shopping at a basic or a professional within that 60-day period as well. So the point of this is stimulation. I mean, you're actually stimulating the merchant for them doing something that they were going to do anyway. The marketer is able to receive full shopping points while the merchant pays half, and you're actually able to get a voucher for e-credit priority. So this is it's very interesting. These are my favorite kind of promotions that go both ways. They go for the marketer, and they go and they're good for the marketer, and they're also good for the loyalty merchant. All right, so I'm glad everybody is clear on exactly what both sides of the coin is offering as far as the special start offer is concerned. But let's get into today's topics. Today we're going to go over customer registration, entering sales transactions, and the creation and the redemption of a shopping point deal. And if we have a little bit more time, we'll be able to move a little bit further. Maybe hopefully have time to create a newsletter or maybe a customer satisfaction survey. Now, how many of you have the M-Term application downloaded in their phones? With a show of hands, how many people here have actually downloaded the M-Term application? Anybody that does not have the M-Term application needs to download it right away. Why? Because it's an app, and it's a very simple way for a merchant to be able to log sales transactions, do customer registrations, and most importantly, how can you really explain how easy the app is to use and how to register customers and do sales if you don't have an example with a test account available right on the spot? So if you don't already have it downloaded, download it as soon as possible. But before we get into the M-Term, we're going to get into the U-Term, the Universal Terminal. This is the U.S. U-Term test account information. This is also test account information. If you do not have this already, please make sure you have this readily available so that you're able to show the M-Term, but more importantly, show the U-Term for all the merchants that don't have and that don't want to use their phone, that don't want to use a tablet, would prefer to kind of just log in to a more traditional website to log benefits and to log sales and do registrations. This is the best way to do it through the Universal Terminal. Now, whoever wants to go ahead and log in as we proceed, it's completely up to you. Because I will not be sharing my screen tonight. It's just going to be on each slide. So if you want to actually log in and kind of go along with me, you can. If not, feel free to just watch. It's completely up to you. So let's begin. The Universal Terminal. Let's go over customer registration. Now, once you log into the U-Term, you're going to be looking at just a regular dashboard. Inside is a collapsible dash. Registration can be found right here. Once you click on registration, you're immediately going to be put into a registration mode where you're able to actually populate customer information. Anybody here that wants to make the screen a little bit bigger, all they have to do is click this little X, by the way. That'll make the screen a little bit bigger if you want to see it just a little bit better. So here you're able to put Mr. or Ms. first name, last name, birthday, email, basic information for the customer registration. Check off the general terms and condition and click register. It's that simple. Registration with the U-Term is extremely easy. Once you are out of the registration screen, on your next screen, it's going to be asking you to, oh no, I apologize. That's it. You are just, now at this point, you've officially created a new member under your business. Now, if you want to create a sale, if the member walks through the door, they're already a member of your program, all you have to do is click on the sales option, which is the second available, even though it's a really big circle, but it's really for this one right here. Once you click on sale, it's going to be extremely easy because all you're going to have to do is put in the sales data. Now, are we putting in the sales transaction number before or after the tax? Are we putting it in before or are we putting it in after? Sophia says before. Michael says before. Juan says before tax and before tip. Well, you're absolutely correct. This does vary, however, from country to country. So as far as the U.S. is concerned, it's before. It's before because some people, some countries do not pay benefits on the actual tax. So for the U.S., it is before. All right, so all of you that said before, is accurate. Okay. Now, one of the coolest parts about here is that not only can you put in the sales amount, but the second you put in the sale amount, it will automatically populate the amount of cashback and shopping points that will be distributed. So, for example, if you put in $100 and they're at 10%, then you'll see the amount here distributed. Very, very easy. And I like this because you're telling the member at the point of sale, thank you for shopping with us today. Thank you for being a part of my loyalty reward program. Today you've earned X amount of dollars and you've earned X amount of shopping points. So you're able to tell them right away. Right away. That's one of my favorite parts about it. Now, if you were to click right next to sale where it says sale and deal, this is another thing that I love a lot. Why? Because if you have any shopping point deals created, and you have them created for a specific tailored group, then your system will automatically read the member's ID and see if they qualify for one of the deals that you have active. So I love that. If you're running a deal for a Tuesday, your business is slow. Somebody comes walking through the door on a Wednesday, and you click on sale and deal, no deal will show up. No deal will show up because it's not the right day of the week. But if they were to come in the door on a Tuesday and you click sale and deal, it will automatically show you that they're eligible for a deal because you have it running on a Tuesday. And that goes for any different deal that you create the deal for. So I love that. It's just showing exactly what the member qualifies for out of the deals that you've actually created for yourself. Okay? Now, let's move on. You also have the feature while you're in the sales screen to become a loyal customer. Okay? So let me ask you guys a question. Can you become a loyal customer to a loyalty merchant if the loyalty merchant did not register you? So if I were to register Sophia, can Sophia become a loyal customer to Tim Burke's store? What do you guys think? Yes? Tim says yes. Good. I like that I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Because I need you guys to understand the difference between being a registered customer and being a loyal customer. If you're a loyal customer to somebody's business, all that means is that you're putting in your information so that they can blast emails, they can blast deals, they can actually communicate with you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you registered them. So it's a tricky question because the word loyal, you would think, means that you're loyal to the person that you were really registered to. But the word loyal in a situation like this is really simply saying that you're connected to that store, that you want to receive their offers, you want to receive their deals, you want to be connected to them and understand what they have going on at all times. And you're giving them your information to say, I don't mind receiving your deals via email, via through text message, whatever the case may be. So let's continue. Deals. Right here under sales in the U-term, you're going to see deals, and you're going to see create a deal, which is very, very easy. But the second you click on deals, you'll automatically see what deals you already have active. Down here at the bottom, you'll not only see what deals you have active, but you'll see which ones have been redeemed and how many have actually been active. At any point, you can click this deal to unpause or to activate or pause the deal that you have available. All right, why would you want to pause a deal? People like to pause a deal if they have an active shopping point deal, and let's say it's for buy one get one cell phone, for example, and you only had that on a stock of 50 phones. If you sold all 50 phones and you know that you're not going to have more phones for another couple of weeks, you would go ahead and pause your deal opposed to deleting the deal, so that you can just kind of deactivate the deal and reactivate the deal. It gives the merchant that kind of a flexibility. Okay? Now, once you're creating a deal, it's going to take you through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 easy steps. The first step is you're going to name the deal. So let's say buy one, get one, BOGO, right? So in the description, you'd say, in exchange for shopping points, receive a buy one, get one free on any product, under $10 or whatever the case may be. All right, so you're going to describe the deal so that people can see what it is on the website and application. Now, on the right here, all you're going to do is click on picture. Now, immediately, you're going to go into your gallery and you can give your deal a face, whether it's a picture of a phone, a picture of whatever product or service that you're actually offering through your deal, and then you're going to click next. Next is going to bring you to step 2, which is deal validity. The deal validity is when you're going to get specific. You're going to get specific with the day of the week that you want the deal to be valid, the time that you want the deal to be valid, and you're going to be able to click on next. But the fact is that this kind of flexibility is also extremely important, especially in the restaurant sector where they're only offering specials for lunch, let's say, or maybe dinner. This way you can say, I only want this deal active for 2 hours every Thursday or 2 hours every day. It's really flexible as far as the term, as far as the day of the week, and the exact hour. So you're able to go ahead and give it the actual validity as far as what time and what day of the week you want this deal to be valid. Now, how many people here know the 3 different types of shopping point deals that are available? With a show of hands.
Oh, free.
Okay, a couple interesting answers so far. Now, knowing the 3 different types of deals is kind of important. All right, so you have a price deal, right? You have a value deal, and you have a percent deal. All right, I'm going to show you the difference between all 3. The price deal is extremely easy. The price deal is the product is being offered at this price, but now it's being offered at this price in exchange for a shopping point or whatever it may be as far as how many shopping points you're looking for. Very easy. It was $100, now it's $90. This is what it was, this is what it is. Very, very easy. Now, the percent deal and the value deal both have to have minimums spent in order to qualify for the deal. So, for example, with $100 spent, receive 10% off in exchange of blank amount of shopping points. The value deal is exactly like the percentage deal, but instead of a percentage, it's a fixed dollar amount. So with a minimum of 100 spent, instead of it being 10%, you're saying $10. That's clear, right? That's pretty easy. So they both have a minimum amount to be spent, but instead of one being a percentage, it's an actual fixed amount. So it's up to you. Do you want it to be in percentage, or do you want it to be an actual dollar fixed amount after a minimum is spent? That's the 3 different deals. They're very, very easy, and I think that they're fitting because you're asking people to spend a minimum amount in order to receive the reward instead of just a straightforward discount. So those are the 3 different types of shopping point deals. They're extremely easy, and they're very easy to create, especially when you're using the target group. When you click target group here, you're actually going to start defining the people that you want to have the deal. So Do you want this deal to only be between ages of 18 and 25? Do you want this to only be for males, only for females? Do you want this deal to only be available, for anybody that's a lost customer, someone that you haven't seen in a while? For new customers only? Do you want it to be for the entire cashback world? So you're able to really pick and choose the type of person. Now, this goes back to what we were discussing at the very beginning when I said during the actual sales transaction. Now you understand how that comes into play, because when you're at the point of sale, you could say, let me see what deals I have that fit to you, because you created the target group in the first place when you were making the deal. So if that person's ID, if their data matches, it'll automatically pop up and say this deal is available for this member based on their criteria, based on the criteria that you selected in your target group for your shopping point deal. That's exactly what we have here. New customers, lost customers, male, female. Now, and here's amazing, because here you can actually say how many miles you want the deal to be pushed out for. So do you want this deal to be pushed out for 20 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles, 200 miles? Yes, you can offer deals to only your loyal customers as well. That's another option here. Now, I love this because whatever mileage that you decide to select in this box, if you put 100, 200, 50, 20, and you tab out of this box, right here, you won't be able to see it now, but right here, you will automatically see how many Cashback World members are in that area. So you can actually see how many people you're actually reaching. This is supposed to say 2K. I don't know if it does. But my point is that that's a great way to understand exactly how many shoppers are within a certain mileage to the deal that you're creating in your target group. So, absolutely love it. Now, the final step is the summary. The summary is just going to give you a quick snapshot of exactly what you've created. It's going to show you the name of it, the type of deal, the target group, the days that it's available, the image, if there is an image selected. It's just a test. It's just showing you exactly what the deal is going to represent, what it's going to actually say. So once you're done and you're ready and you're looking at all this data and you really like it, then you're going to want to go ahead and click on Save and Activate. Save and Activate, and then you've officially created a shopping point deal. Then when you go into deals, of course, now it'll be right here in this blank spot. Okay? Does anybody know how many deals that you could have active at once? How many deals can a loyalty merchant have active at the same time? We've got 6, 10. Yes, Lauren, you're correct. It's only going to be displayed for the people. It's going to be displayed for the people that actually fit that criteria. We got a lot of 6s. We got a 10 in the mix. I like that I'm seeing a lot of 6s here, because it is in fact 6. You can have 6 deals active at once. All right, so that's a simple question to answer when you're explaining shopping point deals to a potential loyalty merchant. You can have up to 6 deals active at the same time. Let's move on. I showed you guys this a little bit before. This is how you get them. Once you see the deals here, you can easily just pause and unpause them. Just a simple click of a button, making it very, very easy. So now we're going to get into the M term. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get into the M term. We do have the test data. You guys can all easily log into the M-Term with no problem. Logging in, thank you. You've successfully installed the latest version of the M-Term application. It'll give you a quick tutorial, 4 easy steps. But the gist of this is to ultimately get you into the main screen. Now, how many of you knew? Well, I'll tell you what. There are a couple of modes for the M-Term. You have the sales transaction, which is called the loyalty merchant mode. And then you also have the member registration mode. But there's one more mode that's available for the M-Term. Does anybody know what mode that is? Offline. I feel like it's kind of unfair because it says offline here, but either way, good guys, good. Offline mode. Offline mode allows you to log a sales transaction while you're not in a Wi-Fi area. Why is this important? This is important because when you have a situation where you have a tablet or you have a device or a phone that you're only using for specific scenarios, you could still log your sales transaction and not be bothered, because the second your phone goes into a Wi-Fi area, picks up a signal, it'll automatically log your sales transactions for you. So that could be an objection. I don't want to have to log sales transactions. I don't have I have no Wi-Fi. So why do I have to log sales transactions? I don't have Wi-Fi in my store. The objection handle to that is you don't necessarily need it. In offline mode, you can record sales transactions easily. And the second you get into an internet area, it will automatically process your member sale. Check all the offline sales as well. See how many, through this quick overview, see how many offline sales you have. Now, this says you are able to change stored data if it's incomplete or incorrect. Okay? Now, does anybody here know how many minutes do you have? Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. It's the 3 modes again. You have loyalty merchant mode. You guys are answering the question. I didn't even ask the question yet. You have 3 modes. You have loyalty merchant mode, which is how you do your sales transaction. You have member registration mode, which allows you to register your members. And then you have the offline mode. Okay, Michael, so those are the 3 different modes that we offer. And yes, everyone, it's 15 minutes is the amount of time that you have to cancel the sale. I like this though, man. You guys are sharp. You guys are learning, and you guys are retaining, and that's important to me. Sales. Once you're in loyalty merchant mode, which is one of the 3, it's going to look like this. Okay. Now, if you want to bounce back and forth between loyalty merchant mode and registration mode, all you have to do is click these 3 little dots. That's it. Right here. I don't know if the arrow got on it good enough. Right there. Here you'll be able to see the difference in modes between merchant mode, registration mode, offline mode, and you can even create a shopping point deal directly from the M-Term, which I love, by the way, because you could actually take a picture of the product and then start making your shopping point deal right away. So you don't have to upload a photo from your computer. You can literally just take it directly from the M-Term, which will bring you to camera mode, and you can actually take a photo of the product that you'd like to offer as a deal. Okay, but if you want to jump from mode to mode, it's just as simple as hitting the three dots in the top right. All right, but once you're in sales transaction mode or loyalty merchant mode, it's giving you options. Does the member have their card? Are they holding their application? If so, you have to scan it. Here is where you want to click. Once you click here, it automatically launches the camera feature. Camera feature will then open up, and then you can actually scan the barcode on the card. Pretty easy. Down here, it allows you three options. You can put in the member ID, the cashback card number, or the phone number. But I'd like to be clear with the phone number option. You always have to put the country code in. Always have to put the country code in with the phone number. So you have 4 different options in loyalty merchant mode. Okay, you can scan the card. You could either put the card number in manually. You could either put the member ID in manually, or you could put the phone number in manually, as long as you put the actual country code in first. Very, very simple. Now, if you do decide that you want to scan the cashback card and you do click the green button, it's going to ask you if you would allow to scan that image or launch the camera mode. Once you do that, it shouldn't be a problem. Then you can immediately scan the back of the card. It should look like this. Well, that's the front of the card, which is a weird slide have, but it should be the reverse of the card, where you can actually scan the barcode. Now, once you've scanned the barcode, once you've put in the phone number, whatever option you've chose to recognize the member, you're going to be in a 2-step phase. All right, you're going to want to put the amount in, and as we all agreed before, we're going to put it in before tax. All right, reference number is optional. You don't necessarily have to add this number. Some merchants like to add this number, or they like to keep a track of all their cashback sales. So this way, when they have their invoice, they can recognize them more easier. It's completely up to them. But the reference number is not mandatory, but the asterisk next to the amount is obviously mandatory because this is the sale amount. Okay. And then voila, your purchase was registered successfully. Purchase registered successfully is a good thing. When you see the check mark, it's a good thing. That means that you have done the sale properly. Now, like we discussed before, when you want to go ahead and cancel the sale, you're going to go into sales management. Once you're in sales management, you're going to want to go ahead and cancel the sale. But once you select the sale that you'd like to cancel, all you have to do is click on Cancel Purchase. Now, M-Term does not want you just randomly canceling purchases, so it will ask you exactly why you're canceling the purchase. All right, is it an incorrect entry? Is it a return? Is it a duplicate? Is it another reason? I can tell you a lot of reasons that get canceled is because people put in an incorrect entry. That seems to be the most popular one that I seem to see. Somebody goes to put in $3 and they put in $30,000, or they put in $3,000, or they put in $300 or $3 million. Especially in a more high-paced atmosphere, it's a mistake that can happen. And now that you guys all know that you have 15 minutes to cancel that sale, you completely understand that while that happens, you do have an allotted time frame to go in and actually make that cancellation to make sure that it's correct. Okay, let me read some statements, Elaine. This is really good info and it'd be helpful. Yeah, I've actually been talking to the marketing team to see if maybe we can do a maybe like a video like a step-by-step video, something like that. Unfortunately, without my face, maybe everyone else's loss. But maybe using my voice, I would love to do something like that, just to give somebody a walkthrough. I know the YouTube manual is going to be coming soon. There are a lot of different manuals and videos that are coming soon as well. But I wouldn't mind doing this. I've been talking to marketing as well, and I cannot promise or I cannot guarantee that that's something that happened, but it is something that I can look into, no problem. All right. Now, the next one says, did the cancellation time frame get shortened to 15 minutes? Yeah, it's actually, believe it or not, it's actually 16 minutes. I just like people to say 15 because it seems to be a little bit easier to remember. The number is random 16. Okay? Well, you're very welcome. So let's move on. So once you're able to cancel the order or the purchase, it will say the purchase was canceled successfully. Again, that's a good thing when you see that. If you fall outside of that window, all you have to do is contact the customer service number, and we can easily cancel the sale for you manually. But unfortunately, it would have to be a manual process if it falls outside of that 15-minute mark. All right, now registration mode. You're going to go back up. Obviously, you're going to click on the three dots again, and now you don't want to do a sale. You want to register somebody, right? Once you're in registration mode, you're going to go to the green button. What the green button can do is it will allow you to scan the actual card that the person has, or if they just downloaded the application, they can scan the digital card as well. But it's the same exact thing. You go ahead, you click on here. It's going to ask you if you would allow to go into registration mode. I'm sorry, if you will allow to actually capture. Allow you to use camera mode, and then at that point you'll be able to go ahead and scan the brand new card. It'll immediately take you to a screen where you can populate the member data. So, or you could do a manual. You don't necessarily have to. Either way, whether you do it manual or whether you do it through the camera to scan, it'll bring you here either way. All right. Once you're here, you're going to want to add your cashback card number or the member's cashback card number, citation, country, last name, and first name, and then select next. It's a very simple registration step, very simple registration process. It should only take a minute less, in my opinion, and you should be able to get through that no problem. So, testimonial videos. How many of you have a testimonial video that you've done with a loyalty merchant? Anybody? Actually, I know Elaine has. I've seen Elaine's on Facebook. Does anybody besides Elaine have a testimonial video? If not, guys, I urge you to make some testimonial videos. Send them to me. Can't get into exactly why, but get me over as many testimonial videos as you can. Get out there, see how the Cashback Solutions product has been working for these loyalty merchants. See exactly why they've been so successful and exactly what they've been doing and what their secret is. I would love to see some good videos. If you have any videos, you can send them to service.us@cashbacksolutions.com, or for Canada, service.ca@cashback-solutions.com. Why does it only show which customer? Oh, I know your answer, Sophia. It's a very simple answer. Does anybody know Sophia's answer? This is a good question. This is a good question. This is a good question. This is a test. Danny, it can be either one. Whatever you're more comfortable with, whatever merchant is more comfortable doing the video. It's completely up to you. Okay, so I want to go ahead and address Sophia's question because it is a good question. All right, the reason why you won't see the customer's full data is because that customer did not allow themselves to become loyal. So if you will only see, so for example, if we went into the test account right now, and I went into the test account, it would just show MS. It would just show my initials. Now, my initials is because I never chose to become loyal to the actual professional test account, which I probably should. But either way, if it's not showing as a loyal customer, then it won't show the full data. But I can assure you, once that customer becomes loyal, the full information will be available and ready to be viewed. Clipbox, lots of loyalty merchant testimonial videos. When you guys are out in the field, if you want to show some good testimonial videos of other loyalty merchants that are kind of telling their story, exactly why cashback solutions work for them, exactly why they're so successful with this cashback reward loyalty program, Clipbox, great way to view some of these testimonials, to hear real life stories and to see exactly why this program is so unique, why it worked for them, and how they became so successful with it. If a merchant registers a new customer, do they automatically become loyal? That's a good question, Lauren. They don't automatically become loyal when they register. It's still something that they have to opt into, which is actually a good thing. Yeah, Sophia, it should just show. It should just be showing the initials with the dots. I know that's what it shows for me. So my daughter's ID and the test account says member of the shopping community. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. If you shoot me an email with that ID, I can test it tomorrow when I go to work. It shouldn't say that. Well, they can opt in. They can opt in right away. The idea, Lauren, is when you're doing the registration, is for them to do a purchase on the spot while they're doing their purchase. Would you like to have cash back with your order today? Would you like to, join my reward platform with that purchase today? When they're making their purchase, they do their registration. They make their purchase. As they make their purchase, like we said before, they'll have the little option there that says "Become Loyal Now." So the idea is to get it all done in one shot. Yeah, exactly. CVS is very aggressive with their loyalty platform. They ask you at every single transaction. They don't ask you if you're interested in having the card. They ask you if you already have it, which I think is a great approach to making people believe that they need it, that this is something that that they should have. So if it's a new customer coming in for the very first time, all you have to do is simply ask them, did you want to be a loyal customer? And they say, well, what does that mean? I'm already a Cashback World member. I would say, no, that just allows us to, send you emails whenever we're having deals or any specials in our store. Is that something that you like? They say yes. They say yes. Now, the SME Lyconet Marketers Americas page Most of you are active on this page. If you don't already follow this group every day. There's new information for U.S. and Canada shopping point deals, brand new merch activity, new gift card point of sales, new voucher brands are always being discussed on there. So it's exciting, and I know it's a very exciting time for Canada as well. With e-vouchers, on the horizon. So it's exciting. It really is an exciting time. So to always be caught up with the latest information, be sure to join the group SME Lyconet Marketers Americas. If you're not already a part of it, be sure to join. It's something that is a very interactive site, and we're constantly trying to update it with the latest information regarding Cashback World and Lyconet. Yes. Let me see. I might have missed a question here, Tim. Let me go back up. Oh, I did miss this question. How does a merchant get charged for accepting a shopping point deal from a client? Do they pay for the point used? Now, the point is being given, you're taking a point from the shopper. But what you're offering them is you're offering them a discount. So it's the same way as they lose their shopping point because they're actually needing it. But that shopping point doesn't necessarily go to the merchant. That's the shopping points that they've been awarded from shopping at other loyalty merchants or at your loyalty merchant. They've already had these points. So you're being charged, your margin doesn't change. Everybody has their own margin rebate. That doesn't change. So, for example, if it's 7% and somebody comes in and they want to exchange their deal, it's still 7%, even with the discount on there. So there's nothing coming out of the merchant's pocket. The only thing that's coming out of anywhere is the person that, for example, had 10 shopping points, they now have 9 shopping points because they exchanged one in exchange for your product or service. I hope that was clear. So the merchant does not get charged, so we're clear, for accepting the deal. There's no additional charge. All they're doing is having a member take advantage of whatever discount that they were offering. If anybody's losing anything, it's the person that's exchanging their shopping point deal for the deal. No problem, Roseanne. Sorry I missed that. I was kind of flying by it. Yeah, it's ultimately a coupon. It's monetary value. It's marketing collateral. You can call it 1,000 things, but it's essentially a great marketing tool. And they're receiving shopping points along with cashback all around the world all the time. And what better way to exchange them than to actually receive a discount on a product or service? So the price charged in the sale would reflect the discount on the merchant sets the amount. So shop point. Exactly. And the charge, the percentage is still going to be charged. Your margin invoice, if you're doing a percentage deal where it's $100 with a minimum of 100 spent, save 10%. Then, if you're a restaurant, you're still paying the 7% on the 90. So it doesn't really matter what the actual. You're always going to pay the margin based on the price that's being swiped. Can you show the process will work when the customer has a shopping point deal and is at the merchant to redeem? What does the merchant need to do to accept to redeem the deal? All right, very easy. So I'm going to go back to where we have let me go back up. Now, do you guys remember right here? This is where you're going to put your code. All right, the second you redeem a shopping point deal on the app, it's immediately going to give you a code. Now, when you go to the merchant, you give them this code, and they're able to automatically go next, and it'll automatically populate that deal. It'll let the system know that now instead of 10 deals, they have 9 deals. Now, to take it a step further, in your actual application yourself, you actually, not only do you get the code, but you also have a QR code. So in case you actually don't want to, in case you don't want to use the actual code itself, the actual coding, you could actually go in here, click on the camera, and then actually scan the barcode for the shopping point deal, which will automatically populate and do the difference for you. So it's pretty easy. You're either putting in the actual code or you're scanning the actual QR code that comes with the deal. These deals are also printable. If you're logged in, you can actually literally print it out and have the QR code and the actual code on the same piece of paper if you wanted to. Or you can keep it in your phone. It's pretty simple. Pretty easy. All right. So Elaine, have you redeemed the shopping point deal, Elaine? I would have thought that you've definitely redeemed the shopping point deal. But again, guys, this is the best way to explain shop point deals. This is the best way to show shopping point deals. It's hands-on. It's going out there. It's finding a deal that makes sense for you, and it's finding a deal that makes sense. It's finding a deal that doesn't make sense. It's just learning the process. Once you learn the process and you put it into play and you actually do it, it becomes that much more easy, and it makes you that much more confident when you need to explain it. Would you guys agree? I know. And honestly, I had to do it for myself. I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but for me to actually go, accept the deal, get the code, see how the merchant actually uses it, that experience alone was enough for me to be able to teach it. Right? So let's get here. And that is the end of the Cashback Solutions Monday Night webinar. Am I going to see, I know a lot of you that you guys will be joining tomorrow for the Lyconet webinar. I really look forward to seeing all of you there tomorrow. So much great news coming. Just big news from key accounts, big news from marketing, huge news from Lyconet. John Marco's got so much exciting things to talk about, so many different topics. Myself, I'm going to be going over the Cashback Solutions. Obviously, I'm going to be going over the current promotion and the benefits, a lot of the things that I spoke about today. So tomorrow's going to be a really good one. I hope to see all of you. I do not know anything about that, Elaine, but I'm sure anything regarding Canada and gift cards or anything like that, e-voucher related. I'm sure you guys have some really exciting news coming, and definitely stay tuned for tomorrow. Lauren, have a great night. Thank you for tuning in again, and thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. All of you guys make this possible. You guys make these webinars fun. You make them interactive, and I want to thank all of you. I know I always do, but we'll keep these things going as long as you guys are learning, and you guys are actually putting it to use. You guys are very welcome. I love doing these, so just keep it going. Keep going. If you guys are having any trouble or any struggles, any types of objections, call me, throw me a text. We can get through it together. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to give you all a big virtual hug, and we'll call it a night. And again, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And thank you so much for coming out tonight.